They thought it was just an abandoned house, until they found a body swinging from the rafters. And the cameras never stopped recording. In this video, we're diving into 5 haunted places where people didn't just report ghost sightings, they actually died. These aren't legends. These are real locations, tied to real tragedies, and some of them are still open to the public. Number 5, the Villisca Axe Murder House, Iowa. Imagine walking into a house where 8 people, including 6 children, were slaughtered in their sleep, and no one ever caught the killer. This is the Villisca Axe Murder House in Iowa. On the night of June 10, 1912, Josiah Moore, his wife, their 4 kids, and 2 visiting girls were all butchered with an axe. Not a single soul in that house survived. Since then, every new owner has reported unexplainable screams, footsteps, and even moving shadows at night. Paranormal investigators have recorded children's voices saying, "Help us," when the house is completely empty. In 2014, during an overnight investigation, one man staying alone inside was found stabbed, by himself. No one else was there. He survived, but to this day, he says something forced his hand. This house is still open for overnight stays. And many who enter, don't last till morning. Number 4, the Cecil Hotel, Los Angeles, California. If there's one building that's seen more death than a horror movie set, it's the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. Since it opened in 1927, the Cecil has been home to suicides, murders, overdoses, and even 2 serial killers, including Richard Ramirez, the infamous Night Stalker, who lived here during his killing spree. But what truly turned this hotel into a real-life nightmare, was the death of Elisa Lam. In 2013, hotel staff found her naked body floating in a sealed rooftop water tank, after guests complained about low water pressure and strange-tasting tap water. Surveillance footage showed her in an elevator behaving bizarrely, pushing buttons, peeking out, hiding, as if someone, or something, was chasing her. But there was no one else in sight. Till today, no one knows how she got onto the restricted rooftop, opened the heavy tank lid, and ended up dead inside. Paranormal teams and former residents report voices, cold touches, and even being followed inside the stairwells. The hotel was briefly renamed, but the evil never left. Number 3, the Omni Parker House Hotel, Boston, Massachusetts. It's one of Boston's oldest and most luxurious hotels, but behind the gold elevators and grand chandeliers, lies a disturbing past soaked in death. The Omni Parker House Hotel, built in the 1850s, has been home to multiple real deaths, including that of famed actor Harvey Parker, who died mysteriously in the hotel and is said to have never left. Guests staying on the 10th floor frequently report hearing whispers, disembodied laughter, and seeing a man in a black coat standing silently at the foot of their bed, only to vanish when the lights flicker. Several hotel workers have refused to return to work after seeing figures walking through locked hallways, and elevators moving by themselves to empty floors. And yes, this place is still fully operational. Tourists check in every day, but some report nightmares, sleep paralysis, and even scratches on their skin by morning. The hotel denies it all, but the death logs and complaint records, they tell a different story. Number 2, the LaLaurie Mansion, New Orleans, Louisiana. If hell had a front door, it might just be at 1140 Royal Street in New Orleans, inside the LaLaurie Mansion. In the 1830s, this grand home was owned by Madame Delphine LaLaurie, a wealthy socialite, and a secret sadist. Behind the elegant walls, she kept enslaved people chained, tortured, and mutilated in hidden attic rooms. It all came to light when a fire broke out, and rescuers discovered human bodies dismembered, some still alive but barely breathing, and others twisted into unnatural positions, all real, all documented. The mansion was abandoned shortly after, but what stayed were the screams. Multiple owners since have reported violent poltergeist activity, slamming doors, broken mirrors, footsteps in locked rooms, and even being physically pushed by an invisible force. Nicolas Cage once bought the house, but sold it just 2 years later, calling it unlivable. Till today, people passing by have fainted at the gate, heard cries from the attic, and some say, they see faces in the upper windows, faces that were never free to leave. Number 1, Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Built in 1829, Eastern State Penitentiary was designed to break men's souls, and it succeeded. Thousands of prisoners were kept in complete isolation, many driven insane. Guards tortured inmates with water baths, iron gags, and even the mad chair, where they were strapped down for days, without food or water. Over its 140 years of operation, hundreds died inside these stone walls, from disease, suicide, murder, and pure psychological collapse. And when it finally shut down in 1971, their screams didn't stop. Today, Eastern State is a museum, open to the public. But countless visitors have reported shadow figures dashing between cells, crying echoing through empty blocks, and a whispering voice calling their name when no one else is around. One guard even quit after seeing a figure with glowing eyes staring at him from cell block 12. He never returned. Paranormal teams say it's one of the most active locations in America. But don't take their word for it. Walk through the cell blocks alone, and you'll know. So next time someone says ghosts aren't real, just remind them, these weren't stories. These were places. And people really died there.